I'm out of breath and I've done nothing but walk to the room. Okay. Happy Monday, guys. I've been wanting to do a storytime video because I personally love watching storytime vids, and I think they're super fun to watch, and a lot of them make me crack up. But what made me want to tell the story that I'm about to tell, which actually you probably already know by the title, the time I crashed my grandparents' car. So what made me want to actually tell this story is that my mom just recently, a couple of days ago, got rid of the car. She finally got rid of the car. My grandparents have moved back to Jersey, and the car has been sitting in our parking lot for a little over 3 years. And so she finally got rid of it. She sold it to a junkyard, and they came and they picked it up like 2 or 3 days ago. I can't really remember. So we were outside like saying bye to old Rusty, you know, and just saying our goodbyes or whatever, because we had that car for a very long time. But yeah, let's just roll into it. Alright guys, so it all started when I finally got my license. And I was so pumped and so excited, and I was like, yes, I could drive now, I got my license, whatever. But I did not have a car. And my mom was like, alright, you have your license now. You can use the Saturn, but you can only use it to go to work and back. And this was about 3 years ago when my grandparents left. So a little over 3 years, probably like 3.5, 4 years ago, something like that. My timeline is probably wrong, but it was years ago that it happened, a couple years ago. And so, excuse me. And so I was like, yes, I was pumped. I was like, I have a car or whatever. I can't wait to tell my friends, like, I got my license and I'm driving because I have a car to drive. By the way, before I continue, sorry if I keep looking over. I have the baby monitor right here. My daughter actually knocked out on the couch watching The Land Before Time. So I'm just making sure that she's okay. And she's super sick, so I just want to make sure she's okay. And I'm just like constantly just looking over there, so I apologize. But back into the story. So I was super pumped or whatever, and I had told my friends like, yeah, like I got my license, you know. My mom's letting me drive the Saturn, but I could only drive it to and from work and whatever. So one day I didn't work this day, like I wasn't on the schedule, so I was like, you know what, like I want to go out. I have a car, and I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna come back before my mom gets home from work. So I hit up my friends. I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? And they're like, nothing. And I was like, oh, I have the car or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna come pick you guys up. Let's go out to eat, or let's go wherever. I don't know, let's just go chill. So they're like, okay, whatever. I don't actually remember all who I was hanging out with that day. I only remember a few people. I don't think it was that many though. But like the people that were in my car, if I'm not mistaken, it was 3 people in my car. Maybe 4? No, I don't know. Something like that. So I went and I picked up my friends, and then we decided, actually I don't even know how this came about, of going to the mall. If you're from Florida and you're in the Orlando area, you should probably know where the West Oaks Mall is in Winter Garden. So all my friends live in Winter Garden. I don't live over there. So I traveled over there to go see them, whatever. And so since I don't live on that side of town, I only went to school on that side of town, but I don't live on that side of town. So like I've only been to West Oaks a few times, and when I've been to West Oaks, I wasn't driving it. I would get dropped off there. So this time I drove to West Oaks. I did not know that there was a back entrance, I guess you can say. I only knew of like the main entrance. So I didn't know there was like a road you can go down and whatever and go through the back of the mall. So we're driving. Oh, mind you, it was one of my best friends that was in the car. I think my other best friend was there too, because it was always all 3 of us together. If I'm not mistaken, she was there too. And actually my ex-boyfriend, he was the one that was like, yo, like make a left at this light coming up, there's a back entrance. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get to the light, and you know, I'm waiting at the light, and I make a left, and I'm in my head like pumped, like, yo, I'm literally doing this right now, like I'm driving my friends around and blah blah. But at the same time I had the guilt of like, damn, like I have the car and my mom told me I could only use it for work and that's it. And I'm the type of person that I hate to get in trouble. Like I like to do like crazy shit and bad shit, but I don't like to get in trouble. Like I'm really like I guess you can say, like, I've always been, like, a super goody two-shoe. Like, if I did something wrong, I could never keep it from my mom. I would always tell on myself. Because I would have such, like, the guilt would just eat at me. And, like, I didn't like to lie. No, I don't want to say I didn't like to lie, because everybody lies. But, I just didn't like to be in trouble, you know? But I like to do bad shit, so it made no sense. So, like, I was excited and pumped, but at the same time, I was just, like, freaking out. Like, oh my god. Hold on. My boobies are falling. Okay. So, anyway, so I was excited and I was scared at the same time. Whatever. So, I made the left at the light, right? And, whatever. So, there's a car next to me. So, this is me right here, and this is the car that's next to me. And, my ex was like, you gotta make the first right coming up, and it comes up quick, and I did not know, because I never been that way, you know what I'm saying? That's my first time that's my first time even driving anywhere other than work, you know? So he's like, you gotta make this right, so I'm like, oh shit. So me trying to be cool, instead of slowing down and getting over, because there was no one behind that car that was next to me, I'm like, I'm about to show the off. I'm about to show the F off. And I'm going to speed up and I'm going to cut this car off. Like, I'm going to show my friends, like, I'm that bitch. Like, I could drive. I'm an idiot, yo. So I sped up, right? I cut the car off. And right when I cut the car off, like, this was me, right? I sped up, cut the car off. And, like, literally the entrance was right here. And I quickly went into the right turning lane. And I was going too fast to make a right, so I tried to, like, brake, but the brakes completely gave out. And at that moment, I was like, holy shit. And then after that, everything just went slow-mo, like literally slow-mo. So the car, I tried to turn the wheel, and the wheel didn't even want to turn, and the brakes just went out. The car kept going straight, but there's like a middle section. I forget what you call those. There's like a middle section. It was like a little sidewalk, and then on the other side, obviously the cars were going this way, and there's a light there. So there was cars there that were at the red light, and this, I promise you not, it literally went so slow-mo that I was like, the car kept going straight, and I like literally looked at the lady in the car that was at the stoplight, and like we looked each other in the eye, and I could just see the fear in her face, that she thought that I was literally about to crash into her car, and I thought I was too. And like instantly I was like, oh my fucking god, like, we're gonna die, or this is just gonna be like a really bad crash. And it was just all going slow-mo, and then out of nowhere, like, we all just jerked back and the car stopped. So I was like, what the hell? And then you hear a big boom or whatever. I don't even know how to make the sound effect. The freaking tires popped. I hit the sidewalk stopped me, but obviously in that moment I wasn't thinking like, oh, the sidewalk's gonna stop the car, so we're good, we're not gonna hit that car. I'm just staring at this lady and looking at the fear in her eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna die. And she was looking at me like she wanted to just bust out crying. Like, she was looking at me like, I'm about to die, this car is about to hit me and kill me. So I'm like literally freaking out in my head, like freaking out. And then the car just stopped, the tires busted. Only 2 tires popped, the 2 tires in the front, they popped. And I was like, holy shit. And the lady was still at the red light, and then she was just like, I was still looking at her too, and she was just like in shock. Like, she did not move. She was like literally, like, and I don't know why, I guess because everyone's different, and I guess it's just nerves or whatever. My first initial reaction was to laugh, and everybody else was laughing too in the car, and we were all like, ha 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 ha, like, oh my god, I can't believe that just happened, yo, that's crazy. But I was freaking out. I was scared as shit. And I was like, holy crap. Like, I'm responsible for these people's lives in my car. And I almost could have taken their lives away, all because I decided to be an idiot and take the car when I wasn't supposed to. And be an idiot and try to show off and cut this car off instead of slowing down and getting over like a normal person should do. So they pushed the car into the parking lot, and then now, like, I'm not over the fear of what just happened, but I kind of like put it to the back burner, and now I'm freaking out because I'm like, holy shit, I cannot tell my mom. Like, this has to be the one thing that I can never tell her. I have to figure out how to keep this from her. And then like we're in the parking lot and I'm freaking out, and I think at one point I started crying because I was just like so scared like of what my mom was gonna do to me. I was like, yo, my mom's like this car crash or car accident didn't kill me, but my mom might kill me. Like I was so scared of my mom. Like I was like, she cannot find out. Holy shit. All right. So what should we call it? So we pushed the car, or they pushed the car into the parking lot, and then we're all standing out there, and we're like, fuck, like, what do we do? Like, I'm like, what do I do? What do I do now? So, no, I don't think it was 2 tires that popped. I think it was 1. No, it was 2. It was 2. You know why? Because they had to put the spare tire. My ex actually put the spare tires on for me, and the donut tire, is that what it's called? The donut tire? Spare tire? Whatever. He put the one that I had in the truck. I don't remember, I can't remember actual details, but somebody had came and met up with us, and they let me borrow their spare tires. So my ex put both spare tires on the car, and then I was like, do you guys, like, does anybody know where I could get cheap tires? Like, whatever. Like, I had the money to get tires. So I'm like, I'm just gonna get tires, and my mom cannot find out about this. So this process is going on forever, and then I see, like, out of nowhere it starts getting dark outside, and I was like, my mom is probably like pulling in to the driveway, the freaking parking lot right now. So then out of nowhere, like, I get a phone call from her. So I'm like, oh my god, she knows, she's home, she knows I'm about to get in trouble. So I didn't answer, and then my ex, his family, actually, I think his aunt had a like a little, I don't know what you call it, like a they were running like a little, what is it called, like a little junkyard place. No, I don't think it was a junkyard, like a little, I don't know, but they sold tires, okay? So he was like, yo, like, I could get you the tires from my aunt for the low. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he called her up and was like, yo, can you go to the place or whatever right now, and can you get me some tires? And he explained what just happened, and she was like, yeah, I can, but the thing is that I didn't have cash on me, and they needed cash. So I'm like, damn, I don't have cash on me, I need to get the cash out. So she told him, well, she's gonna have to come in the morning. So I was like, fuck, okay. So I called my mom back, finally. Like, I calmed down, and I walk away from everybody, and I call my mom back, and I like super like, hello? And she was like, where the are you? Blah blah. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm sorry, like, don't be mad, like, I took the car, and I just wanted to hang out with my friends, like, I'm about to be on my way home now, I promise. And she was like, get home right now. Like, she was so mad, and like, my voice was shaky. So my mom always knows, like, if I'm lying or hiding something. Hold on, let me, oh, my phone is about to die, I gotta hurry up, the story's almost over anyway. So my voice was super shaky. My mom always knows when I'm lying, so in my head I'm like, she knows I'm lying, but I just kept trying to go with it and trying to sound normal. You know how, like, when you're freaking drunk as hell, but then you get on the phone and you try to sound like you're sober? That was literally me. That was me on the phone. Like, I try to sound like as normal as possible. So then we hang up, and then the process takes longer because they didn't actually put the tires on yet. I was just explaining that my ex had put the tires on, but that wasn't yet. So he was in the process of putting the tires on now as I was talking to my mom. And I don't remember what took so long, but it took like even longer, and I think like 30 minutes went by, and I had originally told my mom I was about to be on my way. So she called again, and I answered, and she's like, where the fuck are you? Blah, you said you were coming home, like, get your ass home right now, like, yelling at me. She was pissed, and I was like, Mom, I'm coming now, I swear I'm coming. I just had to drop the people off that I picked up. So she was like, right now, Shasni, right now, I'm not playing with you. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to get my ass beat. Like, she mad because I took the car, but she don't know what the hell I just did to the car. So imagine when she finds that out. So I'm like shaking, I'm freaking out, and I'm like, literally, after I get off the phone with her, I started crying. I remember I was crying and I was freaking out. My ex was like trying to calm me down. He was like, yo, it's alright, just chill. So I was like, no, like, I'm scared of my mom, you don't understand, like, she about to fuck me up. So whatever. So the spare tires got like got put on or whatever. And then I went home. I went home and I was, my mom was gonna be up, but she wasn't gonna be looking out the window. Like, I just knew that. So I just parked the car, but I parked it away from her car so she couldn't see like the spare tires. I parked it away from both of their cars so they couldn't see the spare tires. And I had parked it in between two like random ass cars, whatever. So I get upstairs and mom's yelling at me and she's mad, she's pissed, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh my god, like I cannot tell her. I can't tell her. Like, I'm gonna die. I can't tell her. So the next day I wake up super early. My ex had already hit me up and he was like, yo, like, you up, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm about to be on my way to like your family's place or whatever to get the tires. And he was like, all right, cool. Why I'm on my way? Oh, and I had to work that day. So I had to call my job and let my manager know, like, hey, I'm probably going to be really, really late, or I'm probably not going to make it to work because last night I got into a little accident and I don't have tires on the car right now, so I'm waiting to get tires. So whatever. So now I'm freaking out about that too. And that was my first job, so I'm freaking out like, damn, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to get fired if I don't show up, blah, blah. But anyway, so because popping the tires and stealing the car and popping the tires and almost getting into like a serious accident wasn't enough. I'm on my way to my ex's family's place and the freaking donuts popped. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Not both of them. The one that was from the Saturn, the spare tire, is the one that popped. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro? So I'm like, I barely made it like past my, I was literally on the side of the road. It was hot as hell. I was pissed. I was on the side of the road with freaking cows. And I'm like, oh my god, like, what the hell? What do I do now? And so I was like literally freaking out, and I'm trying to call my ex. He's not picking up. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how am I supposed to get to you now? Like, I don't know how to get to you. And he wasn't picking up, and I was getting mad and I was getting upset. And so obviously, not obviously, because you guys don't know me, but I go to my mom for everything. And so, like, especially when I'm freaking out and I'm in a moment where I'm panicking and I don't know what to do, like, you know, moms know the answer to everything. So I finally called my mom and I told her, actually I think I told her that night that I walked inside, and I think I actually told her because I couldn't hold it in. I don't remember if that's when I told her and she already knew about it, or I told her when I called her. I don't remember the exact detail, but she knew at this point. So I'm like, I don't know what to do with this spare tire pop, blah blah. So then she was like, well, you need to find a ride, and if anybody picks you up, you need to find paper and a pen in the car and leave a note on the window saying that you'll be back for the car so it doesn't get towed. Like, she's talking to me like pissed. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I found like paper, like I found like a little cardboard and a pen, and I wrote the note and I left it in the window. It was like, I'll be back for this car, blah blah. And then finally I got in touch with my ex, and I told him what happened, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna see if I can borrow somebody's car, because he didn't have his own car at the time. He was like, I'm gonna see if I could borrow like somebody's car and I'll come get you. So I'm like, all right. So he came and he got me. We went and we got the tires, and then we drove back and he put the tires on for me, and then that was the end of the story. Well, no, that's not really the end of the story. The end of the story is that my mom was hella pissed, but then she got over it super quick. She got over it super quick, which I was surprised about. But I literally, like, that story, to me, it probably doesn't sound crazy to you guys, but to me, that was a crazy ass story. Like, crazy. Like, why? But yes, that literally was the story on how I messed up the Saturn. So we said goodbye to old Rusty a couple days ago, and it was a little sad moment for me. But yes, guys, I hope you somewhat enjoyed that story. It was fun for me to talk about, and fun for me to make this video, because it just brought me back so many memories, and now I could actually look back at that and just laugh about it. If you want any more story times, I could probably tell you guys one more story. I don't know if I could tell you any other stories because I was a pretty crazy girl back in the day. I'm just kidding, no, I wasn't. But I do have some stories I can never tell. And like always, don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And also hit that bell. I think it's down here. Down here? I don't know. Hit the bell that's next to the subscribe button to get notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, that's about it, guys. Like always, have a blessed and beautiful day. Peace.